Hey everybody, welcome to the Outer Rim Rookie. My name is Rob Williams. I have a special episode today, couple episodes happening, where I have been recently pulling out the Christmas decorations, just kind of getting all the lights, getting all the trinkets for the tree. In my storage unit, I have boxes and boxes of stuff that have kept around for years and years, moving around, and I decided to start nosing in some of them. And I found a box that just was dripping with nostalgia. I'm super excited. So I thought, why not make a video about what's in this box? What's in the box? I think you'll dig what's in here. Some will bring back memories. Some you'll probably never seen before. Some I can't remember where I got it from. But what's in the box is actually pretty cool, so I want to share it with you. So let's grab the box. Oh. So what's in the box is toys and collectibles that I've had since I was in single digits. I don't know exactly where I got some of these, but I do remember most of them. They belong from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and even within the last 10 years. They're toys that I kind of held on to that had some sort of special meaning to me or some connection. And for some reason, they're just compiled, just a plethora of different brands, movies, TV shows, and all kinds of toy lines in this box. So let's start with reaching in here and grabbing one here. I am going to grab you. All right. Let's start old school style. You probably recognize who this bad boy is. This is the Incredible Hulk. This is the Mego action line that came out probably in the 60s or 70s. Massive toy line. They have all these sorts of different types of action figures. I've held on to this not just because it's a strong part of my childhood, but also because it has a strong connection to things like Robot Chicken. And even if you go a little further back than that, the Toy Fair magazine, they used to have this comic strip inside Toy Fair magazine where it had guys like the Mego Hulk. I guess that's why I held on to it. It's so cool. It's still in great shape. I mean, obviously, he's balding like some people our age, but this is really cool. He's got a hole in his pants there, so I guess that's for pooping. It's in really good shape. I'm quite surprised. You know, trigger warning, by the way. A lot of the toys in this box are not in great shape. As the gentleman who we sold our crib to and tried to work us down on the price, it's well loved. In other words, it's pretty beat up, and I ain't gonna give you much money for it. But it's not about money, it's about the memories. This is great. I mean, I'm not going to go into history of the Mego line. I'm not that up on toy history. I am up on my history, and I don't remember when I got this. I just remember it being in my toy box for years and years and years, playing with it. It would beat up toys left, right, and center. But most of the toys I enjoyed were much smaller than this, so it kind of got left behind. It still stuck around. Still got the torn pants. Big feet. This is a great sculpt. And his head is soft and rubbery or so. This is a great one. Hey, hang on, check see it's anatomically correct here. Yeah. From what I understand, a lot of the Mego lines were built all about the same, so they can kind of take it back if the line didn't sell and then just replace the head with a different head. And, well, Buck Rogers isn't selling, let's try the Black Hole or something along those lines. So this one's green though. I think the Hulk will sell no matter what. So there you go. There's the Hulk. Isn't that awesome? Stay. All right. Toy number 2 here. Huh. Let's see if you know this one. Do you recognize that guy? Despite the fact his name's on his chest, this is Hundred from the RoboForce toy line. Now, what's really cool about this, I don't remember when it came out. Was it 1985, 86? What's really cool about this, there's a whole bunch of cool things about this line here. On the back, there's a little trigger that you squeeze, and it squeezes the hands. The fact it still works is actually quite surprising. He also has a helmet that lifts up, and underneath, laser eyes. He has claws for hands, spikes for shoulders, and down here, this was what I think the selling point of these robots were, is a suction cup. Let's get a shot here. Well, lost a little bit of suction over time. Save your jokes. Let's go. It's no longer mint. I had this one. There was ones that were like Copter. Or am I thinking of GoBots? Hang on for a sec. I'm going to go on here. RoboForce toy line.
According to Wikipedia, RoboForce was a toy line created by the Ideal Toy Company in the year 1984.
Thank you, Miss Google. There were a whole bunch of different toys in the RoboForce toy line. My brother had a blue one. There was things with propellers on the top. They're all different kinds. They're very limited in their mobility, but what was selling it was the little features like the crushing arms or the laser eyes or the fact that it just sticks on a wall and suctions itself there like robots do. I have good memories of this one because it's just so unique. It's so unusual. It's I kind of dig it. The waist, it's 3 points of articulation here, folks. 1, 2, 3. That's about it. And like I said, crushing arms to give you a hug. I've always dug this. I believe this was the leader of the bad guys, my guess, but 100. Oh, there's spikes there too. So the RoboForce toy line, it's always stuck in my collection here. I think it'll stick for a little bit longer. All right, you go over there. A couple more here. Let's pull out... All right, let's pull out a more modern one, shall we? Fat bastard. This is a heavy toy. Just to give you some idea of how big it is, there's the Mego. That's how, this is a lot of plastic. It's got some articulation. I mean, the arms, I guess, move. The head, the head doesn't really move. The legs, the waist moves. There we go. I don't think, oh my Lord, look at that. That is quite detailed. This is from the McFarlane line, I believe, the Austin Powers McFarlane line. When I really loved Austin Powers. Now I can't hear the song without running to, but Fat Bastard was one of my favorite characters. Now what's special about this, you may have noticed, on the back is a drawstring. Doesn't work, unfortunately. I should replace the batteries. Those right back there. Maybe I'll try and replace the batteries on this one. But man, this is so good. This is when he was introduced and he went to eat a baby. Get in my belly. That's pretty much what he would say. He'd say all the catchphrases on the movie. But it is a very heavy piece of work. It's great sculpt. The sweater, the shorts, the folds. That is a great sculpt. I love this one. It just kind of sat on my shelf and kind of bowed underneath. The Austin Powers line, I think I remember getting Austin Powers as well and a couple of the other action figures, but this was something that kind of, I started leaning away from buying action figures because it was becoming a little bit too expensive and I just had nowhere to put it, so this guy was taking up all the room. But there you go, Fat Bastard. That's a lot of plastic. All right, one more. I'm gonna go with the classic. I know you guys recognize this. Make room. You know this one. You recognize this. This is my favorite Transformer of all time. This is original Soundwave. Again, trigger warning. Not all the pieces are there, and it is well loved. Obviously in its boombox state or cassette tape state. There's even, as you can notice, there's even a cassette tape inside. And the button doesn't really work. But let's open it up. There we go. 3 guesses is inside. If you know your Transformers, you recognize it from the very beginning. But that is, I believe it's Buzzsaw. I believe. There we go. Head out. There you go. How's that? I think it's Buzzsaw. He is missing his piece that sticks on top there, like his laser guns. He's in pretty decent shape. And also, if I transform him back, this is a good transforming piece there, like a cassette tape. That's really cool. Hey kids, cassette tapes are ways that I used to listen to music back in the 80s. What's also cool about this is a lot of the Transformers had a little sticker on it that would change color or show its team through a heat affected sticker, I guess. If I put a little heat on this, or rub it just a little bit. Try not to rub the sticker off. Does it not work anymore? How about this? It's not working. It's kind of working. It's hard to see there. So what you would do is you take it you kind of breathe hot air on it or rub it, and it would show its little Transformer symbol, whether it's an Autobot or a Decepticon. Obviously, this is a Decepticon. I don't know why it was such a secret little thing, because you knew if it was a car, it was an Autobot, and it was a flying thing, it was a Decepticon. If you didn't know, it would say on the box. But this was really cool, and we'd rub it and just see, hey, you Autobot or Decepticon, and a lot of the time the sticker would actually come off. It's not like you're going to rub an insignia on Bumblebee and just discover he's like a secret Decepticon or something. I also have, I believe, Rumble, or one of the other robots here. I don't think that's Rumble. I think it's another one. I think it's like another character from later on down the season. This one would transform into a cassette tape as well. Yeah, so I'm not even going to bother this one. This one's really stiff, and I don't want to break it. Oh, this is a trigger warning for a lot of people. Let's talk about Soundwave here. Let's transform him. Now, if you have a Soundwave still today, you probably have noticed a couple things with your Soundwave that I have noticed very quickly over time. Easy to transform. This is one of the easiest transformers ever out there. Now, see if you can notice something that's happened over time. It is very loose. This guy does not stand up on his own at all. In fact, he just kind of leans. He's kind of like how I'm feeling lately in my 50 years on this planet, hunched over. You get me, man. You get me. It is still cool. It's a very cool design for a Transformer. What was special about this one was also the shoulder cannon that was on here. Now, I have lost it since then. It's one of the things that I kind of really miss about this character. What I didn't discover till much later after I gotten this was that the back here opens up and you could take out the two batteries. One was the shoulder cannon and one was this one right here, which was his blaster. And you put a little piece in there, and I think it would even shoot. The shoulder cannon would sit on a shoulder like that. It was cool when you're a kid. Like, again, this was my favorite Transformer, and not just because of what he was, but his voice was really cool too. But this shoulder cannon was very cool. Realistically, you have that thing on your shoulder, you're blocking half your vision. So how good of a soldier are you? I still remember getting this on my birthday, and I was 13 when I got it. So past the age where a lot of kids would get Transformers or toys, but I secretly had toys, and I know there's a lot of kids out there, a lot of adults now out there just like me, who was hiding the toys they would get in their teens. One of the ways I kind of hid him standing was I tilted his feet. I don't know, it's not pigeon-toed, but but now he stands up like that. It's pretty good. My favorite Transformer of them all, one of my favorite toys of them all. I just kind of wish I had held on to the other pieces there. The blaster also goes in his hand. There you go. That's kind of cool. I love it. Open up the chest with a little bit extra help. Come on, open up, dude. Oh, Megatron's not going to be happy with you. Slide it in there. He's ready for the party, playing some new wave synthwave music all day. There you go. Nothing better than Soundwave, I can tell you that right now. Look at that bad boy. That is the best. That is the best. I love it. All right, let's put you back in your form. Turn around. I'm a little rough right now with it. Some people are like, why are you so rough? It's well loved. There you go. A lot of metal in there. In the back. Put that in. There we go. Good to go. What music would you have been playing at this time when you had yours? Mine, I'm thinking Men Without Hats was in here. Early Pet Shop Boys, maybe. Men at Work. New wave music, I think, was playing around that time for me. Definitely. So there you go. Soundwave. Fat Bastard. Hulk Megoline. And 100 from RoboForce. And this guy. Hey, it's this guy. How are you doing, guy? So there's the first video. There's more in the box. Some really niche stuff, and some I'm still researching. I gotta figure out what they are. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 of what's in the box as we dig into some cool stuff. There's stuff from He-Man in here. There's stuff from McDonald's toy lines. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So I hope you tune into the next video and just enjoy me waxing nostalgically about toys in a box. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.